I'm so glad to have you here. This is a new video and I haven't done one in a while, so it feels so good to be here on camera and to be here with all of you. My name is Joy D. Fanning. I'm the CEO of Astronaut of Life. I help spiritual seekers go inward to explore through meditation. Today's topic, pretty much the topic of this whole month here on Astronaut of Life, is spirit guides. And I want to share my story of how I learned the identity of my spirit guides. So I got my journal and I'm gonna just kind of go through the process of everything. So let's get to it. So I didn't learn who my spirit guides were, like by name, until last year, which I don't even like fully remember. That's why we got the handy dandy journal. And that's one reason I think it's so important to journal, because for me it really helps me like keep track of everything, right? Like, what if I want to write my biography someday? And even if you don't want to write your biography or your autobiography, like, it just helps you see, like, it's on my computer, which I'm using right now, but as I was digging around for this information, I found an entry from last October where I wrote, oh, I got a vision where I make a video about my voice. And lo and behold, I've made a video about my voice. So I forgot all about having that vision. I forgot about doing that throat chakra work back then. But then fast forward 6 months and I'm making that video. I mean, right? So, spirit guides. So I'm pulling this out here. Let's see what we got. So, just to give a little reframe, I've always been a person who journals, and when I left the United States at December 31st, 2019, I took some journals with me because of course I wanted to, keep a log and just journal about my experiences living outside of my home country, right? So, I got into the practice of it. It was also around this time I learned about automatic writing and I began to practice it. So the first way I talked to my guides was through automatic writing, which I still do. And so that's going to show up here. So on April 1st of last year, 2021, I was just kind of writing about like blah, blah. I got these issues. I need to work on it. I wrote, guides, was it you I sensed last night? Are there 6 or 12 of you? At this point, I was so freaking curious. I was so curious about who my guides were because they just spoke as like a group. But I got the sense like it wasn't just like one guide, right? Like it was a group. And I was like, I want to know you individually. So how in the freak do I do that? So this was me around almost a little over a year ago, asking this, and they were like, we're all around you. From your perspective, we are always here. We are your guardians. Our numbers change as you change your life path. So that I even like go along with in my readings and everything, right? Like, I feel like we have some guides that are with us from birth to death and other guides that like come and go. So that's must be why I think that, because that's what they told me. At the moment, we are 6, is what they said. And I wrote, are you angels? And they said, yes and no. You are not able to comprehend what we are, but you will. And I was like, what's my soul heritage? You come from the stars. And then I asked, what are my spiritual gifts? And they told me, they are for you to choose. All you must do is seek the knowledge and practice. So that's the main reason I started with this entry, because I just really, really, really wanted to know. Looks like it was November 22nd of last year. So before I even fully went into business, right? I was in business, but I was still just kind of seeing things, but it was the month of November. I was like, I'm going to manifest this. I was talking to God, which at that time I was calling Source God. And I was like, so what do I need to do? And it said, do Shiva mantras, for he is my son as well. His spirit is tied to your soul. Embrace him, accept him as yourself, just as you did with Pachamama. You have mighty work to do. View these other entities as your armor. And I saw them around my soul. As I was doing this, like I said, I do remember I started with Shiva. He was the first one I identified. That led me to my solar plexus, Pravarti. In my root chakra were redwood trees, which I've identified. It goes up so high. I have a tattoo of. And Joan of Arc was working with my sacral, Gaia with my heart, Shakespeare with my throat, and I'm gonna say it, Lucifer with my crown chakra. And I wrote down, this is why it's so important to have a meditation journal. I also saw my smaller chakras light up, and when they did, so a guide would appear before me in a generic form - light. These are our guides. Our chakra system is how they connect to us. And then I wrote, this is the true soul reading. This is the reading the psychic reading I wanted to do for people, because to me, we all have these guides. They come in different forms. They look different ways, all this stuff, right? So those were the guides I identified at that time. To me, this is like a photograph of who is working with you at that time. So I still do these types of readings, but I do them in my Inner Explorers package. So you can find more information about that below, where we would do this type of reading and we would go even further in depth in all things spirituality. And to me, in that program, I'm just your spiritual mentor to help you figure out this stuff for yourself, okay? So yeah, I forgot this about the smaller chakras and how, I'm remembering the visual now. It was like I saw them light up in my body, and each time I would focus on one of the little lights, there would be this light body off to the side, which was the guide for that little chakra. I remember the Apostle John worked with my hands. His energy was around my hands, which I find interesting because he wrote the book of John and I'm a writer, right? So it took me a while, you guys. It took me a while. And as I mentioned in a past video, especially with the Lucifer being in my crown, it made me lose a friend when I told them what I decided. And later this month, I'm going to make a video about Lucifer and the whole kind of story with him, and mainly just about how to be open and the importance of staying open to who your guides are when you do find out. Because I've had other people, not myself yet, but who work with Kali, who's another Hindu goddess, and she's a little intense, and it freaked them out, just like Lucifer did me. So there's guides out there that, because of our own programming, because of the past, they freak us out. And I want to address that. It's finally time to do so. So that's going to come up later this month. But just to sum up real quick, I made my own ritual, which was mantras, which is what my guides told me to do. And like I said, I would do those an hour, basically for as long as I felt I needed to, until I got that nudge to like, okay, you're ready to meditate. And then I would meditate, and then first thing I would do was work on my chakras. Now, at this time, I made guided meditations, but when I was meditating, I just listened to music. And I did it with my headphones. I personally like binaural beats where the sound kind of bounces from ear to ear. And, well, it feels like that, but each ear is hearing a different thing, and your brain is what makes it bounce. So that's what I was using. I just type it in on YouTube. You will come up with a zillion tracks to listen to. Use your intuition on which track to use and use it, right? But the desire was there. I also was so intent on it, I put it in my manifestation box, and I held that expectation that it was gonna work. And that's, for me, this is how it worked. And it worked along with my chakras. So if you don't know about chakras, I'm going to put a link below to another YouTuber who has no idea who I am, which is totally fine. I love his videos on chakras. They go so in depth. He has such insight. You just need to subscribe to his channel. I don't know the name off the top of my head, so just look below. I will put that down there because I think it's very important to learn about chakras. And to coincide with that, this video is airing in early May. At the beginning of June, I'm going to launch my Intro to Meditation course, where we are gonna just do a brief overview of chakras, right? Like, I think everybody should have a general knowledge of what they are, how to work with them, things like this. And I think this is important if you are on a spiritual path to know about your chakras and everything in meditation. We're also going to cover just general how to meditate. Do you need to go what do you do? How does it look like? Are you doing it wrong? All these things, right? Also, I want to go into affirmations and body scan. So body scan is a way to calm yourself, calm your nervous system. This is highly important. You can do it before bed, you can do it in the morning, but it just kind of calms you, and it kind of gives you an overview or like a diagnosis of where you are holding tension. For me, it's my jaw and my shoulders. I'm always like tensed up like this. So a body scan is good to kind of help you identify those locations. So now I can be more mindful, like, oh, I'm clenching my jaw. Okay, let's stop, And then affirmations, which I just love, to help you reprogram your thoughts. So it's just a month long. We meet every week on Zoom, where I'll have a PowerPoint. We'll go over all these things. We'll do a short meditation together, talk about it. Your homework is to just meditate every day. We'll start off with 5 minutes. By the end, we'll be up to 15. Okay, so we're doing it incrementally. You know what I mean. And then, it also has a Telegram group where I will give you daily encouragement and support, and everybody can work together. So find the link below. Please check it out. I would love to have you in that group. And I'm just so excited, guys. I'm so excited for this video, for my life, for everything. Also, I have to mention 2 more things. One, I have a free star family meditation I'm doing on May 22nd. So if you haven't met your star family, which I'm just going to tell you a secret, you can use this same method of the chakras. Same method. That's what I did. You just chakra it up, man. Ask your star family to come in, and they come in. But actually wrote that into the meditation we're going to do. But if you would love to do it with us, on the 22nd of May, join my Facebook group. The event's in there, and we'll do it together, which I think enhances the energy, right? In my opinion. But that meditation specifically, it was written and will go up the day this video goes up on my Patreon group for the middle tier people. So, which is $20 a month, where I write 2 meditations a month just for the Patreons. It's not on YouTube, it's not on Insight Timer, it's not on my website, it's not anywhere else but there. And I try to make them a little more intense or, cool. I don't know. To me, they're all cool, but you get what I'm saying, right? Joining my Patreon is probably the number one way to support me. You can start at $3 a month. That gets you daily messages from my guides, which I still automatically write, and then access to the meditation group, which we meet every Saturday. So that's it, guys. That's it for me. I think I'm not leaving anything out. You can also join my newsletter to get a free higher self meditation. But this is it. Thank you so much for staying with me as I told you this process, and just know I love you all so much. You are amazing. This month is gonna be amazing, and I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited to be on this journey with you. I love you all. Namaste.